everybody, this is Frankie Abbruzzino with a daily summary of the scoop, local news in Sarasota County in 10 minutes. So that's the goal, but I never make it. So let's get started. This is another sex offender, Ken Richardson. This is one that Sarasota Police Department put out, so all the news media will probably carry it. And he's going to be living over there in Nokomis. He's under supervision of the Department of Corrections there. So he's over on Abbruzzino. And let's see what else we got here. This is upcoming road closure on Venice Bypass at Ridgewood with all the new construction. I thought they said they were changing the road construction or the direction of the traffic over the weekend. I didn't see it take place. Maybe it's this weekend. This is an article I just put out because I was driving down the road and I noticed it and I thought I'd ask. And it's basically, you know, you look at it. Some people are being a little ridiculous. You look at it and you say, you go to the county, generally look what at the appraised value is, and then maybe they sell for 20% above that is a good price. That's at the high end. We bought it for 50, or the city of Venice bought it at 59% above the county assessed value, which makes you wonder why. And I put all the information up there and it just had me asking why. How about these poor folks over here in Auburn? Jesus, they're going to be hearing sirens all night. And I bet a lot of them didn't listen to me when I was back in November, and they probably voted for that referendum. Let's see. Isabella's going to have a good thing on this WTSP at 5. I'll put the video report out later, basically covering on why Sarasota kids need to learn self-defense to stop bullying. A traffic stop. This guy driving a motorcycle with a concealed carry. Remember, folks, if you're going to conceal carry, have a permit. This guy didn't have a permit, and he got busted with fentanyl and all kinds of stuff. His bond was only $61.20, so he's being processed and released. So he's back out on the streets probably already. And let's see, Venice Retailer. This is an email that I put out with the scoop. Basically, she said some people came in and were trying to pass counterfeit $100 bills on her. When she said something, they went outside to the car and took off running, and is just giving a heads up to individuals about possible counterfeit money by this band of individuals. That's a rogue report I put out on the Justice Warriors and how basically when you're going out and doing these protests, you're not going to get anywhere with violence. And it's funny because I might go to it on Saturday. Nylon, who is a Democratic progressive, she used to have this talk show. She's holding a forum with the ACLU on how you can get out there and ensure that a lot of these justice warriors or protesters out there, that their rights are not being violated. In the ACLU, I think their new president is Michael Barfield, who is an ex-felon, which makes it even stranger. I put this out, shared it from my Uncensored Report page talks about the F grade on antibiotics and meats in a lot of these restaurants out there. Most of these places I wouldn't go to eat before seeing that. This is Senator Stubbe and Paul Caragiulo, our county commissioner. They went up about the River Road project. Basically, they're trying to get that funding early. Earlier this year, before that whole Braves thing, it was approved, and they said, yep, this is on a high priority list. Now we got to go through the process, and you were looking at like 5 years down the road. It was going to be a widening in that. And that would have pulled a lot of federal, state money and stuff. But now, because we're rushing the project, my understanding is we will have to go through something called STOP, whereas the county will have to pick up 50% of the bill. And we need to do that to have the infrastructure in place for this new Braves stadium. And that's added cost, which nobody's really looking at. And Pat Schumack, who is very active on the community, she's on top of it. She knows what they're talking about. This is another thing, Isabel Mascarenas. She's going to be busy today. She went out to Molten Marine and talked about the new exhibit, The Deep Beneath, which is coming. Northport, they have a North Report, and this is the same thing. I believe the city of Sarasota has it, the city of Venice does, in the county. Basically, you go into these different softwares and you report issues that you see throughout the city. And it goes right into it. In Venice, we have Click It or Ticket. Click it or ticket. I forget. I put it out 100 times. But you go in there and there's just a ton of stuff that's being reported by citizens. And the city's supposed to get back to you on that app. So check it out. That's a video on it. Good things happening there. Northport seeking donations, basket donations. My wife did this once for Easter and collected baskets for a lot of those in need. So this is a good thing, and I put it up there. Hopefully it'll get some attention for them. This guy, one of the stars of Fugitive Friday, just within 1 week, busted up in Manatee. So Rambo, I remember somebody making fun of his name. And good things happening there for against this fugitive. The Sarasota County Library is having their last full day of Robert Small's travel exhibit, and it's going to be on the 27th, I believe. And let's see. You know what? 511, I put up there that I'm probably going to see a lot of this because whenever there seems to be a lot of rain, there seems to be a lot of accidents around here, especially on 75. I have this on my Twitter feed, and it alerts me all the time, constantly, whenever there are issues, and that's why I'm able to stay on top of it. And you really should get that. Either follow them on Twitter at FL511_I75, or you can get an app that they have. College night for Sarasota County. It's Tuesday, February 28th, and it's free. I highly recommend that your kids go to it. This is going to be at Venice High School. 20 colleges are going to be represented there. So if your kids are considering college, they should get out there. This is on the water taxi. It's a bit of a rant, not a rant, but I put it out just a video coverage on it. And basically, I covered the water taxi, which the city of Sarasota approved, and it's going to go to Amory Island. It's like $12.50. You can listen to the report. And I started questioning it because another reporter with the Herald put out an article about the congestion, which has been an issue I've been hitting with the infrastructure problems here in the county and all the growth. And so if you have a chance to listen to that report, only 204 views, which is funny because so many people complain about the traffic congestion that's not getting more views. Let's see what else we got here. Fox and Friends, they put this out down the drain, and I'm going to play something later with about transgender and how they can, Obama put forth this policy with transgender bathroom use. They can use whichever one they identify with. And there was an individual in Pineview that was making a big stink about it. I noticed that John Rogers, a buddy of mine with WFLA, he put out a report. He wrote up something. Usually he's going to do a video report with it. So I'll grab that and I'll put it out once I see it. And let's see what else we got here. This is just a report went out and said, hey, is there an issue here on the Suncoast? We had two child neglect cases. Actually, that's just recently. I think we had a third one that I posted earlier up in Sarasota where they fell asleep at the gas station on heroin with their kids in the back. And I believe I put the video out there. Look. A lot of the politicians, they'd like to hide from the fact that there is a drug problem throughout the community. In Venice, we had major drug bust, and I'm not talking pot, just a block or 3 blocks away from the city hall. It was right next door to the Epiphany where kids would go to school. And the Gondo, Hero, none of these guys picked it up. It was weird. Within the same month, you had guys driving right in that same vicinity having a shootout, shooting at a car that was over a drug deal. Nobody puts it out there. I don't know why they want to hide from it. And that's one of the many reasons why the police and the city officials and the papers hate me, because I put that crap out there. I think it's important. I'm not doing it to make the city, the counties look bad. It's so that this information gets out there, brings awareness, and people start to say to our elected officials, do something about it. It's a problem. Pedestrian, another problem. We're one of the worst areas, Sarasota County, for pedestrians getting hit. Now, this guy got hit in a condo, and it was by an elderly person, I believe the individual was 85. That's the second person in Sarasota or this is Inglewood. We just had somebody hit the other night on Clark, yesterday, I think. And so it's getting bad, and it's obviously an issue that needs to be looked into. Why is it happening so much? I'm not sure that we can do anything. City of Sarasota decided with their events not to do anything, keep them as they are. I know a lot of people have been upset about Thunder on the Bay moving, and there I think it was in a protest. This guy Lobeck is, if you don't know him, Lobeck is an attorney out there that covers, he's an anti-growth attorney, and a lot of times you'll see Jeff Boone promoting growth with all the developers, and then Dan sitting opposing him for the people that are against the growth. And he's out there saying that Sarasota needs to consider a higher transportation impact fee. And that's been the biggest problem with our county is told these builders, you know what, we're going to cut impact fees to try to get that growth going again. And now it's coming back to bite us in the ass. And now they're saying, okay, we got to put it back in play. We lost a lot of money. We need schools. We need all the stuff that usually comes from it. One of the builders was whining on one of the news stations saying, oh, you know what? You're not hitting us. The consumers ended up paying for it. Well, we are hitting you because now you got to mark your house up and it might not sell for as fast. And those people that are moving here are going to pay for it instead of all of us consumers that had to pay when we bought our houses. See how that all worked out when they were new. So different views on that. The Sarasota, basically, the Penal came out and said she wanted to justify the changing and going from 2 police in a car to areas around Jungle Gardens and other bad areas, and going to 1 person. And I believe it was over a union contract negotiations that they made that change. Red tide's still an issue. It's really bad down here in the Venice area and throughout the coast. And this was just an article on there saying, look, it continues to be bad. It continues to be an issue. And we're trying to do our best at resolving it. Let me see. I think there were a couple more that take us back. This is a drugged up Inglewood couple found in their car. I think they covered that yesterday. So those are your stories. Did I do it in 10? I did it in 11 minutes. Okay. Remember to visit. If you want anything from Amazon, go to my site. I get credit. So if you're going to buy, why not click my link and you can go through all of your normal processes and you'll get your sell. You'll get the same price. It's just that you'll be helping out the scoop. Or what brings in my bread and butter, telephonics.com. Had it over 17 years, medical billing expert in it. All right, everybody. Have a great day. This has been Frankie with the Scoop News.